Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back. I'm Jeannie and I did a little mini haul at Sweetie Nail Supply quite a while ago, and I was tired of just having the products sitting without using them, so I decided I would film a little unbox, well, not unboxing, it's already unboxed, but I would show you what I grabbed from Sweetie Nail Supply because this is my first order from them ever, as well as do some swatching. We'll do a mani. But if you want to check out Sweetie Nail Supply, here are their socials. There's the website on where you can order from. They're a really great site for Korean nail products. They're a little more pricey, but the quality is just so amazing. So it's kind of like a splurge for me, which is why you don't see a whole lot of products. But the first thing I picked up was this Jello peel base, which is a gel peel base. And I do have a couple of videos using it. And what I was trying to do in those videos was, will it work with dip powder? Which for me, the answer was no. And I know it's not meant for dip powder. I know it's supposed to be on natural nails and it's supposed to be used with gel. And that's how you get it to last how long you want it to, and then just easily remove it. But I just wanted to test and see, would it work with dip powder, because I liked the concept. So I'll leave those linked above in the cards if you want to check that out. But what I found, is they don't work with dip powder. However, underneath full coverage tips, amazing. I absolutely love it because I can wear my full coverage tips for a couple weeks and then pop them off when I'm ready, and it works perfectly. I absolutely love it. So I decided while I was picking up stuff from Sweetie Nail Supply that I would go ahead and pick up a backup of this. So in the box comes the remover and then the gel peel base. So I've got that ready for when I want to use it again. I saw this item on the website and I was super curious about it. So it's Jin.B Ivy Multi-Liner, and it didn't really have a good description, but I was super curious about it because it sort of looked like it had a gel liner brush, but it looked like it was top coat. So if that was it, I really wanted to try it. And plus I've tried the Jin.B Crazy Top Coat that I got from Zillabue, and I absolutely love that crazy top coat. So I figured I already love Jin.B. And look, it is a liner brush. I haven't seen anyone talk about this, and I don't know why. It is freaking amazing. So stay for the mani. I will use it. It's just like a really great, it's got a thicker consistency. It's really great for nail art, and I am super excited. So the next time I do another haul from Sweetie Nail Supply, I may have to pick up more of these because so good. I'm so glad I was curious about this one. I also picked up some gel polish colors, just a little bit of some brands that I have been eyeing. So there are quite a few Korean gel polish brands that I've been eyeing for quite a while. So I picked up just a little bit from some of these brands. There's a lot more that I want to try out, but this first one is from DVOK. And there's something about Korean brands where everyone I've tried, it is just, the quality is amazing, like down to every little detail. The bottles are gorgeous. The gel polish quality is amazing. The packaging, everything is just so stunning. And this one is like a syrup teal, and syrup is like a jelly color. It's just so beautiful. And if you haven't tried Korean gel polish colors, I know they're a little bit more expensive, but there's just something so different about them that the quality is amazing. So I did pick up some nudie colors. They're like sheer base colors from Doi, I think is how you pronounce it. And so I picked up 3 colors, and they're really all just so amazing because I'm always looking for like that perfect neutral, like nude color for me, and I'm always like really picky about it. It's so hard to get the right undertone, and I think I might have actually found it in the Nudie Pink, I think it was called. But these are just so beautiful. I like that they're not super thin. They're not super thick. They're a really great consistency. There's just something really different about Korean gel polishes that's really hard to explain unless you try them. But these are the 3 colors that I picked up. So I'm super excited about these to add to my collection. And I've been loving cat eyes lately, so I saw this one. It's supposed to be a rainbow holographic cat eye. This is from Show Me. I think the color is called Milky Way. Well, at least that's what it says on the bottle. And this is so gorgeous. I feel like the camera doesn't really pick up that like rainbow hollow sparkle, but trust me when I say it is so fun. And the last thing I picked up was this gel polish collection. So this is from DGel. This is the Fantasy collection. And it was so long ago that I ordered, I couldn't remember what this collection was. But just like usual, everything, the packaging, just stunning. So I'm just taking a look at what's here. So it looks like there's 5 gel polish colors and some extras off to the side. So they did include a cat eye magnet, so that lets me know that this is a cat eye collection. And then this little block right here. So I love that Korean gel polish colors. They always come with swatching like displays. So there's like this plastic card and then it fits into that block. So this is so cool. So you can do your swatching, attach it to that card and then display it. I love that it comes with a magnet. And then here are the 5 gel polish colors that come with it. These are all cat eyes. They're a bit sheerer, which you'll see with swatching, but they are all so gorgeous. So I'm super excited to add more cat eyes to my collection because these are really beautiful. I'm going to finish up letting you see these colors, what they look like in the bottle, because they are just so gorgeous. Wait till you see them swatched, but then I'll do some swatching of all these colors so you can see what they all look like in swatch sticks. And then I'll hop back on. We'll do a little Halloween mani together using some of these colors that I got in my little mini haul. And as always, for the longer videos, because I know sometimes you want to see the whole thing, sometimes you want to see parts, I will leave chapters in case you want to skip around. If you just want to see the swatching, if you want to see the mani, whatever you want to watch, or if you want to watch the whole thing, I'm happy to have you here. So that was everything swatched from my little mini haul. So hopefully you enjoy a little bit of swatching, but now let's go ahead and jump straight into this mani because I know this is a bit of a longer video. So as you can tell, I will be doing press-ons, and press-ons won't be permanent on this channel. They're always usually an occasional thing for me, but as I'm trying to heal my natural nails because I've just been a little too rough on them, I'm doing press-ons for the time being, but I will return to my regular content and then just throw in press-ons every now and again because I know most of you don't prefer press-ons. But anyway, so I am starting with the Doi Nudie Pink, and this one is my absolutely favorite nude color like ever out of all the thousands of products I have, whether it's dip, builder gel, gel polish color, poly gel, rubber base, anything. This one is perfect. Because I find with finding your perfect nude color, it's so hard to find the right undertone just because there's such a huge variety that no one company can make like all the different varieties. So it's just a matter of finding the right company that has your right undertone. And this one is just perfect for me because usually the nude colors that I find are like a little too pink or a little too peach or too brown, but this one is perfect. So the next time I order from Sweetie Nail Supply, because I know I will, I want to pick up more of that Jin.B liner because I absolutely love it, and I have to pick up more of this Nudie Pink from Doi because I don't want to ever run out. I don't want them to ever discontinue it. I need more of this, so you'll be seeing this a lot more. Now this color isn't from my little mini haul. This is actually the black gel from Daily Charm because I needed a black base for that cat eye to really make it pop. And I don't have any Korean gels that are black, so I may have to invest in that as well. But I am applying one thin layer of this to the rest of the nails as my base. You may have noticed in the swatching that the cat eye on its own is a little bit sheerer, so it really needs a good solid color base to make it pop. And it doesn't necessarily have to be black. You could probably use any color and it'll kind of look a little bit different depending on the color you use. But I really wanted to use black because I feel like it really made that like hollow rainbow pop. So I'm going to do black as my base for the rest of these nails. I like using this black gel polish from Daily Charm because I can get it opaque in one coat, but it's not too thick. You always have to kind of worry about with the super opaque colors of will it cure properly. So this is nice and thin, but I still get that opaqueness, and then when I cure it, it cures all the way through, so I don't have to worry about any wrinkling or shrinkage when I cure this gel. So it's a super easy black gel polish to work with. I cured for a full 60 seconds just to make sure everything was fully cured through because it's so opaque. And so now I'm applying the Milky Way Cat Eye Gel Polish on top of the two nails. So this is going on top of the middle finger and ring finger, and then I'm going to leave the pinky a solid black, but I'll do some nail art on top of that. So I'm just applying a thin, even layer of that polish on top of the black, and I'm going to do the polish on both those nails first, but as I begin to magnetize them, I'm going to freeze them as I magnetize them because you can't kind of let it sit and wait, because as you magnetize them, if you don't freeze them, the longer they sit, the magnetic particles will start kind of dissipating back to where they were. So you want to make sure that you're freezing the nails one at a time rather than doing them all at once. So you can see I'm starting with the middle finger, and I'm going to go ahead and use the cat eye magnet to kind of move around the particles. And this is the magnet I received in that DGel collection. What is it? The Fantasy collection. So I'm just moving around the pigments, and I can kind of work with it depending on how I want it to look. I've got that time to work with it because it is a gel polish. But once I'm happy with that design, I'm going to go ahead and pop it in the lamp. Now, you don't have to do a full cure. You can just do like a flash cure, about like 10 to 15 seconds. But as I pop this in the lamp, I'll go ahead and work on the ring finger. And so I'll let the middle finger cure as I'm working on the ring finger, and then I'll switch out. So now I've got the ring finger while my middle finger is in the lamp. So I'm kind of hovering the magnet. So you want it as close to the gel as possible without touching it, which can be tricky because I don't have steady hands. So a lot of times I will accidentally touch the wet gel, but I'm going to go ahead and move around those particles. And it's really hard to see on video, which makes me kind of sad. because it is so beautiful in person. I'm going to go ahead and pop that in the lamp to freeze that design. And then for my index finger, I decided I wanted to do a little bit of that ombre on the tip using this, and I love the way this turned out. Like, honestly, I think it's just a very classy look. So I'd like to do a full set of just this nudie pink with the cat eye gel polish on the tip as an ombre, just because I just think it's like just a little bit of something, but it's really classy, really beautiful. So this is my ombre brush from iGel Beauty. So I'm just kind of feathering it and blending it in with that color. But I think because they're both like sheer colors, it works really well. They blend together really well. So I was trying to magnetize it to see how it would look. But I think because it's such a light color as my base, you couldn't really see the color once I magnetized it. So before I cured it, I decided I didn't really like the way it looked magnetized. So I'm going to go in with another layer right on top, because you can see here, you can't really see it. So I'll just apply some more of that cat eye on top of it, feather it out using my ombre brush, and then I'll flash cure that as well. So by this point, my middle finger and ring finger are cured, but I'm going to go ahead and flash cure this. But look at how beautiful that tip looks. Now that those are cured, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of nail art using this Jin.B liner brush, which I know I've mentioned it a million times, but I am obsessed. I still don't know why no one is talking about this, or at least that I've seen. So on the middle finger and ring finger, I want to create like ghosties. So on the middle finger, it's going to come from my free edge, and then on my ring finger, I'm going to kind of make it inverse and make it come from the cuticle area. So I just started with a circle, a dot, and then I'm tapering downwards towards that free edge to kind of make like where the ghost starts. So it's kind of like a squiggly, curved, not squiggly, curved teardrop type shape. And I know it's hard to see because this is clear, but I will end up painting over it with some white gel liner, just because I don't want clear ghosties, but you know, this liner is clear and I like it because it's thicker and I wanted it to be a little 3D. So I'm going to go ahead and flash cure that for about 10 to 15 seconds, and then we're going to move on to the next one. I cured that for a full 60 seconds, and because I want the ghosties to be white, I'm going to take this white gel art liner from Manny Boss Dip Powder, and I'm going to color in the ghosties. Now, I know it seems like an extra step, but I will say this. So I bought this sculpting 3D gel from Model Ones off of Amazon, and I was super excited because I was going to use it for the ghosties. However, I can't figure out how to use it well. So it makes really good like 3D nail art. However, it, at least for what I found, it doesn't level. So anytime I tried, everything was always so lumpy, and then I would cure it, and then I'd cure it for a good like 2 minutes just to make sure everything was fully cured, and it was still lumpy. So then I would kind of buff it, and then I realized it wasn't cured all the way through. So after a couple attempts, I was like, you know what, forget it. I will try another day or trash it. I'm not really sure. I couldn't figure out how to use it. If you have any tips, if you've tried that product and you know how to use it and get it to level, please let me know what those tricks are, because I was so frustrated. But it actually was a silver lining, because I am so glad I used this Jin.B liner, because it just stays where I put it. Like, even if I didn't flash cure it, it just works so well. So I'm going to finish filling out the ghosties. I'm going to not flash cure, I'm going to fully cure them for 60 seconds, and then we'll kind of do little eyes and mouth, and then those will be done. The last thing I wanted to do was I wanted to create like a bloody eyeball on my thumb. That sounded really weird to say out loud. But so I'm taking that Jin.B liner again and I'm just applying it in circles. So I'm going to create like that sphere for the eye in the middle of that tip. And so here you can really see the consistency of this liner, how it's really thick, but it's easy to work with. It's not a goopy thick. It just kind of stays where I put it, which is really amazing. So I'm just kind of fanning it out. So I start with a small circle and then I go in a circular motion trying to make it a little bit larger. And that's kind of how I find works best to kind of keep it a circle, because if I just start big, it just ends up becoming like lopsided. So I went ahead and cured that for a full minute. And so now I'm going to do the same thing as the ghosties. I want to fill that in with the white. So that's going to be the base for the eyeball. I'm applying this as thin as possible because this is a super opaque white gel. So this is a gel liner, which makes it even more opaque. Like I can do nail art in one coat, but because it's so thick, if I'm not thin with it, it could wrinkle during curing, or it could, because it's so opaque, it may not cure all the way through. And I want to make sure everything is fully cured. Even though it is press-ons, I still want to make sure everything is fully cured and that nothing is wrinkling, that everything looks right. So I'm applying it as thin as possible. I'm trying to stay inside the lines of that little sphere, that little eyeball that I created, but I don't have steady hands, so I did go outside the lines. So after I'm done filling in, I'll take a cleanup brush and some isopropyl alcohol and I'll start cleaning up those lines a little bit. And that's what I really love about doing gel nail art, because with gel, I don't have to worry about things setting until I cure it. So I have all the time I want to make sure like I perfect it, that I can clean it up. And then once I'm ready, once I think I'm happy with the way it looks, then I'll cure it. Whereas if I'm working with like dip base or regular nail lacquer, I'm running against the clock because it's air dry. So I have to work quicker. So that's the one advantage I love with using gels. I cured that for a full 60 seconds, so now I'm taking that August Blue, which is the jelly teal that I got from DVOK, and I'm taking the dotting tool and I'm just drawing a dot of that in the center of the eye. So this is going to be like a jelly blue iris color, which it's perfect for the eye color, so it kind of worked out really well. So I'm just placing that there. I'm going to cure it for 30 seconds, and then once that's finished curing, I'm going to go ahead and take just a little dollop of that black, and in the center of that, I'm going to drop a dot, and that's going to be the pupil of the eye. And then the last thing is I'll cure that for 30 seconds. And then I just want to draw like a little white, not even really a dot, like a little white mark on that eye, because your iris isn't just like plain black, just to kind of give it that like reflection of light, I guess, if that makes sense. So just that little dot there, and then we'll get to the creepy part of this eyeball. I'm going to use the Jin.B liner again to create the blood drips from the eyeball because I want them to be 3D as well. So you've kind of seen me do slime and blood drips before in this video, so it's going to be the same process. So I just applied some of that liner gel onto my palette, and I'm just picking up some of that gel with my, not liner brush, with my dotting tool. And I'm going to start with some dots, kind of not at the same length. So some are going to be longer, some are going to be smaller. I don't want too many, but that's going to be where the blood's going to drip from. So I like to kind of work backwards on placing my dots at the end of the drip, and then I'll work my way upwards towards the eyeball where it's dripping from, if that makes sense. So I start with my dots. I think I do 3 or 4 dots. It's really hard to see because it's clear gel. And so now I'm taking my gel liner, and then from that dot, I'm taking some of that extra gel and I'm working it up towards that eyeball. But you don't want just like straight lines coming from the eyeball, but that's what I start with to kind of make it look like it's kind of tapering from the eyeball into that drop form. And then underneath where they're meeting that eyeball, I'm just kind of drawing a line underneath it that's like perpendicular to the drops that's connecting them, and then I'll kind of round out where the drop meets that line, because it's kind of going to naturally drip down and kind of taper and then go into that drop shape rather than just going like straight down. It's going to kind of pool and then taper down. I hope that made sense. But anyway, once I finish doing that, I'm going to cure that for a full 60 seconds, and I'm going to take my red gel liner and start filling in, coloring in where I have those drops, because blood is red, and then I'll draw, it's going to be a red eyeball, so red veins? I don't know if they're actually called veins, but they're going to be bloodshot eyes, so I will draw kind of like the veining in the eyeball itself as well. And side note, before I hop off and let you watch my process a little bit, never in a million years did I think I'd say eyeball so much in one sitting. I think I've said it so much it now sounds weird and it's lost all meaning, but I kind of had to use the word to describe it. I'm just kind of like, it just occurred to me like how many times I've said that word. So anyway, if you're still here, thanks for hanging in there. If you find this amusing or helpful at all, drop a eyeball emoji down in the comments so I know that you're here. I went ahead and top coated all my nails using my Mani Boss 2-in-1 gel base and top coat off camera. Cured that for a full 60 seconds. I made sure when they cooled down, I wiped them down with some isopropyl alcohol and a lint-free wipe. And then I went ahead and applied the press-ons off camera as well, just using some sticky tabs. So now I'm going to finish off the mani like I always do by rehydrating my cuticles. Even if I don't do my mani on my nails, I always like to make sure that I'm applying cuticle oil. I apply it several times a day. So I'm going to go ahead and rub that in, and that pretty much wraps up today's video. I know it was a lot, but I had so much fun creating this set. It's not very often that I take the time to do this much nail art, but every once in a while, I think it's just fun to change it up and go like all in. So let me know down below in the comments which nail is your favorite. I think my thumb is my favorite, but I want to know what your favorite is. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue creating content like this, and it also helps YouTube recommend me to others, which helps grow my channel. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I upload content every Monday and Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.